Are you bored of flying the default airplanes in MSFS over and over again, or just wanted to have some fun? Well, you're lucky that you stumbled upon this video, because this is 10 of the best freeware add-ons in my opinion that are actually super cool. Disclaimer: all of the add-ons are placed according to my personal opinion, so you might disagree with some placements. First off, on the 10th place I put the Cheese mod. This is a tool that judges your landings. Every time you land an aircraft, a window appears on the left of the screen and tells you your descent rate at touchdown, your G-loading on touchdown, your air and ground speed, and how many bounces you had. Even though it's pretty cool, it doesn't really do much, mainly because it doesn't have an automatic replay feature. And also, it's an external software that you have to remember to start every time you open the flight simulator. The development team has also released a payware version for 8.5 euros that fixed these problems, but we're talking about freeware add-ons in this video. For people that are curious about this, I will leave a link in the description for both versions and all other add-ons in this video. On the 9th place, we have the DA62X mod. In other words, an improvement mod for the in-game Asobo DA62. This mod significantly improves the physics of the default airplane and the engine parameters and the parameter readings. This mod as well doesn't do much, but considering it's more of an IFR plane that flies faster than, for example, Cessna 172 and is better for longer distances, I'm putting it to the 9th place. Honestly, I think it's kind of fun flying from Central Europe to Alps with this because it fits that type of flight really well and I stand by it. On the 8th place, I've put a tool that allows you to pre-plan your pushbacks so that they're executed automatically afterwards. I'm of course talking about the Ambitious Pilot's Toolbar Pushback. This is a great alternative to GSX Pro because it actually has more than just pushback. It has jetway or stairs controlling, baggage loading, catering, and fuel track, and the best thing about it is that it's has completely custom radio sounds. Take a listen.
Cockpit to ground.
This is ground. Stand by. Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
This is especially good for IFR flying or something you definitely want to have on VATSIM. The only real issue is that sometimes the pre-planned pushback doesn't work and you have to use manual push, which is not a funny surprise. On the 7th place, I've got a For a Change of Scenery add-on. Power Lines and Solar Farms is an add-on that surprisingly adds, well, power lines and solar farms. If you've ever flown near the ground in MSFS, you can notice that there are pylons, but there is no wires between them. This add-on fixes that. One of the features is that the cables actually have collisions, so if you fly through one, you're not like, oh, okay, well, good to know they don't have hitboxes. No, here you actually crash. There is also some regulations around airports and there are no noticed FPS drops. Now finally, this add-on is not everywhere, but it works for Europe, USA, Canada, Brazil, South Africa, Japan, and of course Australia. This is again a VFR add-on, so I don't really need it too much, but it's a good addition. Lately, I've actually been flying more VFR, and that's because of the add-on placed at number 6. Everyone introducing the Cessna 172 improvement mod. This is for real the best VFR add-on, and I'm not even joking. Like, all the details are just insane. Working doors, windows, cards with checklists, custom maps, sunshades, various customization. Like, yeah, just look at this page. Just look at the comparison with a normal Cessna 172 from Asobo. I'll just let it speak for itself. On the fifth place, we have the VLOV VFR add-on, which is an add-on that adds various landmarks like cranes, smokestacks, antennas, and much more all around the globe. This is really good for flying VFR and especially looks really good with the power lines and solar farms add-on. There is 3 regions to download or covering a part of the world, and although it adds a lot, most of the landmarks are in cities and everywhere else there just isn't much. This is also the last VFR add-on, which means it's also the top 1 VFR add-on. Next up is the first completely new airplane, Bombardier Global 6000. Even though the textures are far from perfect, it is so much fun to fly, especially because the altitude ceiling is 50,000 feet. The physics are also well done, and you get 3 variants. And it is that classic general aviation airplane that can fly from London to New York in a reasonable amount of time. Considering this is made completely from the ground up, I feel like it deserves the fame. So, we're making our way into the top 3, and the add-on that is bringing home the bronze medal is the Top Mach Simulations F-22 Raptor, the freeware version. This is again a completely made from the ground up airplane, and if you like military aviation, you must have this one, because you're getting the payware quality for free. What? Oh yeah, I forgot to tell them. The reason for that is that in the Sims marketplace, this is actually a payware add-on, but the developer has also decided to release a freeware version with some degradements. So picture an extreme realism F-22 that got its textures degraded, removed afterburner flame, degraded physics, deactivated some switches in the cockpit, and you get a surprisingly good airplane for free. Also, it can pull 9Gs, so be careful. The add-on that is placed at number 2 and therefore is bringing home the silver medal is the Fly-by-Wire Simulations A320. This is a significantly improved version of the default A320, and from when I downloaded it, I have never flown a full flight in the default A320 ever again. From the improved camera angle, better sounds and system to completely new textures and 3D model. And the best thing about it is that it is super optimized as well. Like, yeah, you literally get more FPS in flight than in the menu. This is an absolute must have for A320 enjoyers that don't have budget for the Phoenix A320. Before I reveal the number 1, I just want to ask you to leave a like and subscribe. It's 2 clicks, it's really not that much. And if you're still here, thanks. You're awesome. With that being said, let's reveal the number 1 add-on. And yeah, it's VATSIM. Yeah, this 12 megabyte file is better than everything so far. I know this is a little controversial because VATSIM isn't really considered an add-on, but yeah, it's such a good community. For those who don't know what VATSIM is, it's basically a community of people that roleplays ATC and pilots, which means that you're speaking to actual humans. And even though simulating a hijacking is, for example, banned, you can actually simulate failures. And also, the first few flights are an absolute nightmare, so just be ready for that. So, those are my top 10 favorite MSFS add-ons. Thanks for watching and what? Wait a minute. What? Did I just skip a line or something? Wait. This girl is weird. Huh? Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Bonus add-on. This is a joke that's not meant to be taken seriously.
Skip it up and that.
Yeah, when you see this, you know you're in for a spicy one. So yeah, this is truly a meme plane. However, I really wanted to mention this one because I think it's done right for once. The textures are done really well and it really feels like a real life cartoon airplane. Also, the physics feel exactly like something as an RC plane, so just give it another model and boom, you have your MSFS add-on to upload on flightsim.to. Now let's go back to the meme side of things. For example, there's this switch in the cockpit called smoke, which deploys a toilet paper roll out of the back of the plane. What a way to implement such a thing. This cockpit is also hilarious. Just look at it.
LOL.
Now, despite all of this plane has all of the funny stuff implemented in such a good way. It's a surprising amount of detail for something that is supposed to be a joke. That's why I think it deserves a mention. But like, what were you thinking? Why would you? Who did this? What is it supposed